So I just want to tell you a story about something that happened to me during a relationship, a prior relationship, years ago. And it has a lot to do with this. Now, for anal sex, this stuff is great. It numbs it, so it doesn't hurt as much. You know, you could still feel, but the initial tear in, you don't feel it as much. So it's nice to have this on hand. However, I do not recommend using this as an actual lubricant. The reason for this is it numbs everything it touches. Okay? So, the proper way to use this is to put a little bit on your fingers, put it in the butt, let it sit for a minute, numb the butt up a little bit. Then by the time you put your dick in, it's dried into the skin and your dick's not going to go numb. Now, if you put this directly on your dick, it's going to go numb. And then guess what happens? It goes from this to this. And depending on how much you use, depends on how long it's going to be like this for. So if you just are in a hurry and throw a glob in your hand and put it on your man's dick, chances are you're not having sex that night. And he's probably going to be calling the hospital, which is what happened to me. Long time ago, had a fun night with this, and he called his buddy to ask him to take him to the hospital because he thought something was wrong with his dick, and we realized that we used this instead of regular lube. Now, I was told not to tell anybody this story because he was embarrassed by it, but of course I picked up the phone instantly and called my best friend Allie, who thought this was the greatest thing ever because she was dating his brother. So of course she hung up with me and called his brother, and then his brother called him and asked him how his dick feels, and it kind of just blew up from there. But yeah, this stuff recommended for anal sex if used properly, not recommended if you're me. So stay away from this if you don't know how to use it. But if you really want to have a good time, guys, and you want to make your junk feel numb, this is a great way to go. I actually use this if I have a muscle spasm. I know it sounds crazy, but I actually put it on and it numbs the area. It's really weird. Anyway, good for anal sex, bad for your dick. Keep it in mind.